Have you ever heard the story of someone who looked completely healthy, went to bed like any normal night, and never woke up again? No warning, no loud symptoms, no final goodbye. One family said he was laughing after dinner. Another said she spoke to him on the phone just hours earlier. Then suddenly during sleep the heart stopped, or a massive stroke hit without mercy. And doctors later discovered something terrifying. A simple nightly habit may have quietly pushed the body closer and closer to disaster. Tonight, we need to talk about that habit because millions of people still do it every single day without realizing the danger. And if you or someone you love is over 40, this video could genuinely save a life. You see, most people think heart attacks and strokes happen suddenly. But in reality, the body usually sends small signals for months, sometimes years. The problem is, people ignore them because the habit feels harmless, comfortable even, but comfort is not always safe. One cardiologist once explained it like this: your heart works the night shift too. That means what you do before sleep matters more than most people realize. And one of the biggest hidden problems today is what people are doing late at night, especially after dinner. Let me explain. A 58-year-old man named Robert, not his real name, had high blood pressure, but he thought he was managing it okay. He took his medication most days. He still worked, still drove, still joked with friends, but every night he had one routine. He would eat a very heavy late-night meal, then lie flat in bed almost immediately while scrolling on his phone for hours. Pizza, fried foods, sugary desserts, processed snacks. He called it his relax time. One night, his wife noticed strange breathing sounds while he slept. Then, silence. Robert had suffered a fatal cardiac event during sleep. Now, let's be clear, this video is for educational purposes only and not medical advice. But many doctors agree that certain nighttime habits can dramatically increase stress on the heart and blood vessels. And the scary part, millions of people repeat these habits every single night. One of the worst offenders is going to sleep immediately after eating a heavy meal. When you eat large amounts of greasy, salty, or sugary foods late at night, your body suddenly has to work overtime while you're supposed to be resting. Your blood pressure may rise, your heart rate can stay elevated, blood sugar spikes, inflammation increases, and digestion keeps the body active when it should be calming down. Now imagine adding poor sleep on top of that. That combination becomes dangerous over time, especially for people with high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, sleep apnea, or cholesterol problems. And sadly, many people don't know they even have these conditions. Here's something even more alarming. Some people sleep in positions or conditions that reduce oxygen during the night, and they don't even realize it. Have you ever heard someone snore loudly, then suddenly stop breathing for a few seconds, then gasp? That could be sleep apnea. And sleep apnea is strongly linked to heart attacks and strokes. Why? Because the body repeatedly loses oxygen during sleep. The heart panics, blood pressure jumps. Stress hormones flood the system, night after night after night. Eventually, the heart and brain may pay the price. Many people who suffer serious nighttime cardiac events were later found to have untreated sleep apnea. And here's the tragedy. Most people dismiss snoring as normal. It's not always normal, especially loud, choking, or interrupted breathing. If someone tells you that you snore heavily, wake up exhausted, or stop breathing during sleep, please don't ignore it. That could be your body begging for help. Now let's talk about another dangerous habit that people rarely think about: sleeping with extreme stress and anger. Have you noticed how some people go to bed furious after arguments, financial stress, or emotional pain? The body may lie down, but the nervous system stays at war. Stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline can remain elevated for hours. Blood vessels tighten, blood pressure rises, the heart beats harder, and during sleep, when the body should recover, it remains trapped in fight or flight mode. Researchers have found that emotional stress can significantly increase cardiovascular risk. That's why some heart attacks happen after periods of intense anxiety, grief, or rage. The heart is not just affected by food, it's affected by emotions too. This is why calming your mind before bed matters more than people realize. Even 10 minutes of slow breathing, prayer, gentle stretching, or quiet relaxation can help lower stress on the body. And speaking of dangerous nighttime habits, we need to talk about alcohol. Many people think alcohol helps them sleep, but the truth is more complicated. Alcohol may make you sleepy at first, but it often disrupts deep sleep later in the night. It can affect breathing, increase dehydration, disturb heart rhythms, and worsen sleep apnea. For some people, especially older adults with heart conditions, that combination becomes risky. And then there's smoking. Some people smoke right before bed without understanding what it does inside the body. Nicotine increases heart rate and blood pressure. It damages blood vessels. It reduces oxygen. Over time, arteries become narrower and stiffer. That creates the perfect setup for strokes and heart attacks. The body remembers every cigarette, even during sleep. Now I want you to think about this carefully. Your body repairs itself at night. That's when healing happens. Blood vessels recover. The brain clears waste. Hormones rebalance. The heart finally gets a chance to slow down. But when nighttime becomes filled with stress, overeating, alcohol, smoking, poor breathing, and lack of sleep, the body never truly rests, and eventually something breaks. That's why healthy nighttime routines matter so much. Not perfection, just smarter habits. For example, doctors often recommend finishing heavy meals at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. That gives digestion time to calm down. Drinking enough water during the day also matters because dehydration can thicken the blood and strain the heart. But avoid drinking huge amounts right before bed if it constantly disrupts your sleep. And speaking of sleep, most adults need consistent quality rest, not just time in bed, real sleep. Because poor sleep has been linked to high blood pressure, obesity, diabetes, inflammation, and cardiovascular disease. One bad night won't destroy your health, but years of poor sleep can slowly damage the body in ways people don't notice until it's too late. And here's another hidden issue. Many people ignore warning signs because they seem small. Please listen carefully to this part. Sometimes the body whispers before it screams. Warning signs may include waking up gasping for air, chest pressure at night, frequent nighttime sweating, severe snoring, sudden dizziness, unexplained fatigue, pain in the jaw, neck, or left arm, morning headaches, swollen legs, irregular heartbeat sensations, or sudden weakness and numbness. Especially on one side of the body, these symptoms should never be ignored, because sometimes the silent signs appear long before a major event. And men are not the only ones at risk. Women often experience different heart attack symptoms that people overlook. Some women feel nausea, unusual fatigue, back pain, or shortness of breath instead of dramatic chest pain. That's one reason heart disease can sometimes be missed until it becomes severe. Please share this information with the people you love. Sometimes awareness changes everything. And while we're here, make sure to subscribe to Dr. Waterling Hub for more health updates that could protect you and your family. Because the truth is, prevention is powerful. Small changes repeated daily can completely transform long-term health. Now, I want to talk about one nighttime habit that almost nobody discusses enough: sleeping too little. Modern life has convinced people that sleep is optional. People brag about surviving on 4 or 5 hours. But your heart does not see sleep deprivation as strength. It sees it as stress. When sleep becomes chronically short, blood pressure often rises. Blood sugar regulation worsens. Appetite hormones become unbalanced. Inflammation increases. The body becomes exhausted internally even if the person keeps functioning externally. And over time, the cardiovascular system suffers. That's why protecting sleep is not laziness, it's survival. Try creating a calming bedtime routine. Dim lights earlier. Reduce screen time before sleep. Avoid heavy emotional conversations late at night. Keep the room cool and dark. And if you constantly wake up exhausted despite sleeping, speak with a healthcare professional, especially if snoring or breathing problems are involved. Now let's address something uncomfortable but important. Many people wait for a big symptom before taking health seriously. They assume if I can still walk around, I'm fine. If I'm not in pain, nothing's wrong. If I feel okay, my heart must be healthy. But high blood pressure is often silent. Blocked arteries can stay hidden for years. Sleep apnea can quietly damage the body every night. And strokes sometimes strike without warning. That's why regular health checkups matter. Checking blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, weight, sleep quality. These simple things can reveal problems early before tragedy happens. You don't need fear, you need awareness. There's a huge difference. Fear paralyzes people. Awareness protects them. And honestly, some of the most powerful health improvements are surprisingly simple. Walking daily, sleeping properly, managing stress, eating lighter at night, stopping smoking, reducing alcohol, drinking more water, losing even a small amount of excess weight. These habits may sound ordinary, but they can dramatically reduce risk over time. The body responds to consistency, not quick fixes. And if you're watching this right now, late at night, maybe lying in bed, maybe after a heavy meal, maybe stressed and exhausted, this is not about guilt. This is about giving your heart a better chance. Your heart has been working for you every second of your life, even while you sleep. Maybe tonight is the night you finally start protecting it better. Because somewhere another family is about to experience the phone call nobody ever wants. He passed away in his sleep. 3 words that change lives forever. And sometimes those tragedies begin with habits people thought were harmless. So please don't ignore the warning signs. Don't laugh off dangerous symptoms. Don't wait until someday. Health emergencies often arrive silently, but prevention can start tonight. Before we finish, make sure to subscribe to Dr. Waterling Hub and turn on notifications so you never miss important health information like this. And if this video helped you, share it with someone you care about. One conversation could save a life. Tonight, before you sleep, remember this. Your nighttime habits are either healing your body or hurting it. The choice you make repeatedly may decide your future. Sleep peacefully, sleep wisely, and take care of your heart before your heart forces you to.